Okay, before we start, this isn't the vibe. Like, this quality, I am so sorry, guys, but we're going to have to put up with it for a while. We're not going to name any names here, but she's very little and she begins with O and ends in Y. Decided to throw my phone in the bath. It's fine, but the speaker that does the main camera, if I was to record a thing on Snapchat, she's fine. But as soon as I come on the main camera on my phone, it's just not a vibe. That is great. Ollie really did cop block me with you guys, but I'm back now. Isaac, the angel that I get to call my boyfriend, gave me one of his old phones, so that I can carry on. Because I can't upgrade my phone until August. So we've got about a month of this rookiness, but we'll have it fixed soon. We will have it fixed soon because I get a free upgrade, or I'll have to pay like 150 quid to get all new insides because obviously it's water damage. So we know what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna wait. I'm sorry guys, I am just gonna wait. I'm just going to put that right in there. So anyway, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if any of you remember on my Instagram story, I basically put up a couple of stories for Q&As. And I have recorded this multiple times already, but we're going to give it another go now. Today, doing a Q&A on, if I can find it, questions you have or expectations you have about pregnancy. So without further ado, we're just going to jump straight in. Okay, so here we go. How many weeks pregnant was I when I found out? So I was 3 or 4 weeks, I think it was, if I can remember correctly. I think I was about 3 or 4 weeks. And obviously it was a fucking shock. I was in Bali, having the time of my life, and then, nope, boop, I was pregnant. What was the first signs of being pregnant? So my first signs, the only way that I can describe it is that it felt like I was coming on my period. I obviously flew to Bali. The day that I flew to Bali was the day that I was meant to come on. So me, just being the naive little girl that I was, thought, well, it's the air, like it's being in the air that's fucking this up for me. But it wasn't. I had been implanted. No, I had been fertilised. In fact, so I remember my boobs. I literally had basically every symptom. If you want to look up pregnancy symptoms, I literally had every single one, apart from being sick. I was so drowsy. My nipples were on fire. I was having cramps. I had spotting, so I did think I came on my period at one point actually, and that's kind of what triggered me to be like, hang on a minute. I had a UTI, like my bladder was awful. Well, I thought it was a UTI. My bladder was just genuinely in bits. Peeing all the time, and I felt like I need to pee all the time. I pissed myself, actually. Pissed myself in a phone box. What else? There were so many. But it all made sense. As soon as I took that test, it just all made sense. It all kind of clicked together, and I was like, ah. Were the early pregnancy symptoms hard for me, or did I love it? To be honest with you, they obviously, before I found out, they were very frustrating because I just thought my body was was dying. I thought my body was shutting down because I wasn't coming on my period. And obviously when I found out I was pregnant, like, I don't think I had so much processing to do. I had so many decisions to make. My life had literally flipped on itself. So I didn't really have the time to enjoy any of it, because I was just mentally too stressed out. I was crying every minute that I could. I had people, like, obviously when it came out in college, for example, because I was still at college, I had so many lies going around, rumours going around, bitchiness going around, and like I was just not like, I literally have blocked out that portion that, like, I honestly can't tell you, like, but it was never hard. Like the actual physical side of it was never hard. So I wish obviously, hopefully my next pregnancy will be a bit more planned, or at least I will be in a better place, and it will be with my amazing boyfriend. So I will be able to enjoy it, and I will be able to actually be like, okay, calm down. Do you get what I mean? I was a vulnerable 18-year-old. I was very confused. But physically, it was fine. Also, just bear with me. I have got no makeup on. Were you really scared when you got pregnant young? Like I just kind of touched upon then. I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. I was meant to be going to uni. I was meant to be going to carry on, well, I say carry on the college course that I was doing. I was meant to go and like carry kind of on like my career with that. Like I was going to go to do, I was doing journalism and media at college, and I was doing a media and journalism course at university. So my life, I just had to literally reevaluate my whole life. And obviously now, like, all my friends were going off doing their own things. Like, it was very scary when I was pregnant. And I don't think I really took... Looking back, I wish that I had just sat back and enjoyed it so much more. But, like, I was so confused. I was so stressed. And mentally, it was really, really scary. Physically, I actually quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing my body grow. I enjoyed all the kicks and all the flutters and all the scans, the midwife appointments. Like, I loved that side of it. I absolutely loved it. I loved, obviously, creating my YouTube channel. So that side of it wasn't scary because I was, from day one, helping other people that were in my situation. But I think personally, it was so... Even now, like, I'm scared of things, like, and she's obviously 18 months because it's still all new and I'm having to figure it out on my own. But it's fine. It's literally fine. Does your hair change? I've heard the thickness and healthiness of your hair changes. Yes, actually. I've got my hair in a bun, so you can't really see because I've literally scraped it all back. There's so much gel and hairspray in here. But yes, I've still now got all of, like, my baby hairs, like, here. Like, you literally grow like a new head of hair, and all my baby hairs at the back are like this long now, like, because it's taken so long, obviously, because it's all new hair that came through. Like, my hair was literally so shiny, so thick, like, it was glorious. And then I decided to start bleaching it, so I kind of ruined that healthiness a bit. I need to get my roots done as well, guys, soon. But yes, your hair does completely change, and it's so weird because you don't even notice it, and all of a sudden it's bang. Is it hard to sleep when you have a big bump? Yeah, it is. I'm a front sleeper. I always sleep on my front, or like on the side of my front. Like, I can't just sleep on my back, and I was having to like lay on my, because I couldn't sleep on my back because I don't think you're meant to anyway, but it was so uncomfortable having like a baby way down your whole insides, like your whole back, like there was so much pressure. So I had to lay on my side, but you have to put pillows underneath for support, you have to put blankets, you're so hot, like the hot flushes at night. And obviously I was pregnant in the winter and I was still hot. Like, it was so frustrating. I literally used to just walk around the house at night. I was literally nocturnal. Like, I couldn't sleep. It was so impossible to sleep. I was so uncomfortable, especially when I was huge. And I was huge. Kind of after I passed the 6-month mark, I was massive. So it is hard, but it's worth it. Feeling self-conscious during or after, and how do I deal with it? I was so self-conscious. I literally would hear daily, I'd have some of my friends tell me that so-and-so said this about me, so-and-so said that about me. Oh my God, did you hear that? Did you hear someone said this? Did you hear someone say that? I was so self-conscious because I was just getting relentlessly judged. I honestly think I was probably, I didn't know. I think there was 1 or 2 other girls that I knew that was as young as a mum as I was, but they were a lot older than me, if that makes sense. So, like, their babies were toddlers. Literally was the only young mum that I knew. So I felt so alone. I was self-conscious. Like, it was very hard. And I did have, like, emotionally a very tough pregnancy. It was a very rough part of my life that I don't like looking back on. Even now. So, like, I was so self-conscious. And, like, physically, obviously, I was growing. I had a completely different body to all of my other friends who were teeny tiny, and I was huge. Like, I had obviously put on weight afterwards, after you have the baby. I was so big. Like, and obviously I'm so lucky to have lost my pregnancy weight as quickly as I did. But it was so hard, it was so difficult, and obviously all my friends were going out constantly, and I was like, yeah, no, sorry guys, I can't. Like, it was the little things that made me so self-conscious, and I was just like, But I just put all my focus into my little girl, and I was like, do you know what? Like, everyone that's hating on me, every thought that I'm having, it's going to be worth it, because I'm going to have the most beautiful little girl that everyone's going to want to meet. Bear in mind, everyone wanted to meet. Like, it's going to be worth it, and it is going to turn around. Everything happens for a reason, and it's going to work out in my favour, and I know that it did. And I have never been... I look at myself a year ago, and I think, wow, how far... And 2 years ago, obviously I was pregnant this time 2 years ago, but I think, how far have I come in the last 1 year? I am the happiest I've ever been now, and I just think, you just got to roll with it, and you've just got to remember that, like, it's so temporary that you're like it. It's so temporary that you're in that situation. It's extremely stressful and painful. It is. It is. In every way possible. Like, pregnancy isn't all rainbows and butterflies. Like, I'm going to go get some little baby Grace, my baby. Like, it's hard. You've got so much to buy for, and you've got so much to learn, to research. All your bodies are having all these changes. Like, it's hard. It's hard, guys. Do you think it should be normalised to be a young mum? Yes, I do. Because I look at myself, and this is no hate to anyone else. This is in no way like shaming any women, because it's not. But I look at me, and I look at other mums, older mums, if you will. And I do think, what are you doing that I'm not? Why have I got this stigma? Because I don't know if that's me being really lucky that Ollie's an actual little angel, and that our relationship has just kind of clicked with each other, and we just kind of, we're on the same wavelength, so she's never a problem. But I see, in my experience, when I'm out and about, I see that older mums are struggling with their kids and kind of stressing out about their kids more than I am. Me and Ollie just strolling around town, like, looking, I'm like, Ollie, do you like this top? Like, she's fine, but the only thing that I think, again, which could be a bit hypocritical for me, is the only thing that I think you need to be able to is provide for your child. Like, the one thing that I wish I had was my own house, my own space. However, saying that, I think as long as you're giving your child is in a safe environment, giving all the love in the world, being fed, being watered, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm living at home, I'm living in my home. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. And the only difference is with the young mums, if you're in the same situation as me, obviously some young mums might be a little bit more ahead of me. That's fine. Ollie's going to witness all my successes with me. She's going to witness everything with me. And I cannot wait to do everything with her. And for when I buy my first house, for Ollie to witness it. And, like, us be proud together. She might not get it, but, like, I will, and it's memories that I can make with her. I can't wait to take her travelling and to go on holidays with her. Like, I think being a young mum is amazing if it's for you. If it's for you and you have the willpower to do it, because it is hard. It is hard, and I don't want young girls to be like, I want a baby. I want a baby, so I'm going to have a baby. Like, it's a lot more to it than that. But I do think saying that, it should be a much normalised thing, because the looks that I get, the looks and the comments that I get when I'm out and about is just ridiculous. And it's all from older women. Every single one. So, I'm scared about what happens to your body after pregnancy, the part that no one talks about. Do you know what? After pregnancy, I was very lucky, obviously, again, where I live at home, the many perks of it. Mum and Dad were like, right, once you've put Ollie to bed, we'll look out for her, we'll kind of keep an eye on her. You go to if you want to go to the gym, go to the gym. Because I was banging on about the whole way during my pregnancy, I'm going to the gym after, once I give birth, I'm going to the gym. And it kind of, I gave myself that 6-week kind of postpartum to let my body kind of calm down. And I was at the gym, banging out the gym like 3 times a week. And I think that helped my body massively. I am going to do a whole video on postpartum and labour as well. I'm going to do 2 separate videos on them because there's so much that no one talks about and no one asks, and there's so much that happens. But I think the main thing is obviously what happens to your belly. It's so squidgy, and you do look still kind of like, you go back to being like 5 months pregnant, like, and it's just like a hollow squishy bump, like it's weird. But you just don't care. You just don't care. I don't know if this is me. I just didn't care what I looked like because I had the most beautiful little girl, and I literally was just so in love that, like, I didn't care what I looked like. But there will be more to come on that one. I will go through everything with you guys. How far along was it until I felt pregnant? I'd say kind of like my first scan. No. My first scan was when it kind of hit me and sunk in, so the 12 weeks. But then I think it was around 17, 18 weeks maybe when I had my first kick. And I was just, it was the most weirdest thing. Like, I was literally sat in the garden and my belly just went like, and I was like, because I didn't feel anything, it just happened. Because obviously she was so small, it just happened. And I was like, there's something inside of me, like there's something inside of me moving. So I'd say, yeah, about 4.5 months was when I started to really feel pregnant. Honest truth about labour. Does giving birth hurt? If so, how bad? Yes, guys, labour is not easy. If you get an epidural, you're fine. I didn't. Labour is not easy. It was the most painful thing oh my god, like the most painful thing times 10 that I've ever been through. Like, it's not easy, it's hard. But in saying that, I'm going to do a whole video going through postpartum, labour, everything that you guys want to know. I will do it for you because I get it, I'm nosy, and you want to know, everyone wants to know, because until you've been through it, it's very interesting. But that is all the questions that I'm going to do today, guys, because I don't want to keep waffling on, because I've got to edit this as well, and I want to get it up for you guys ASAP, like ASAP. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that I've been so like off the map, off the grid, but I am going to step up again now, and I'm going to get as many videos out as I can, and hopefully soon we'll be back to normal on my normal camera. And I'm really sorry about the quality. I'm so sorry about the quality. And if you clicked off, I literally don't blame you. So thank you so much. Thank you for being so amazing. And I love you all. And I will see you in the next video.